Yep. Alright, I think you're set up. So everything should be set. It should be 2K. Let me check. Yep, it's 2K at 30 frames per second. With this camera, this is about the best we can get. So let's... oh, yeah, the camera is doing its work. Although it's not completely focusing on me, it's focusing on the toast rack there. It likes that toast rack more than me. This webcam is not my friend. Anyway, okay, I promised I would try to do some live assembly of a Spectranet interface. Got some other stuff here like a Raspberry Pi. This one doesn't work. Got a couple of them, it's no problem. We'll offer them on eBay. It's mostly GPIO that doesn't work. Right, I'm not going to do free, but let me show you what I want to do. Yeah, here's the work disk. So I've got 3 of these, and why? Well, just because I did pre-assembled 3 of these. But I think I forgot to. I'm not sure if I made an assembly manual, which I usually do. So I have to check if I can find something like that. Let me check. Interfaces and add-ons. Spectranet. Did I make something like an assembly manual yet? Guide. How to update. Bill of material. I think I just have the bill of materials at this moment. LEDs and resistors. Sorry, LEDs. The gender labels not important. I think I just have the bill of materials. I will just work with that then, I guess. That's because I only did a couple of these so far, so I didn't make an assembly manual. And the problem, there's one reason for that. That's that this board doesn't have a doesn't have the values of the components written on them, so I just have the component names. So I need a guide like a bill of material to help me actually find out which part belongs where. And it's quite a long list, and the other bad thing is that the components are very tiny. These are the smallest components I have here. So there are a couple of reasons that I'm not using the pick and place machine for this, and the most important reason is that I don't have the machine set up for 04 or 0402 parts. So sorry, 06, 03. I'm mistaken. So these are about all the components needed for Spectranet. Don't have them fall out, please. How can we make some space for that? Yes, this works. Now the other one. I'm just getting the lid up because it's easier. Come on, yeah, finally. Up there. Alright, so let's put that here so you can see exactly what I'm doing. And I'm not going to make 3, I'm only going to make 1. And there's another reason for that. Where did I leave my small tool? Oh, it's there. It fell off. Ah, come on, get out. Get out. Oh, sorry for my arm. Right, so I hope you will enjoy this. So what I'm going to do is craft a Spectranet interface. Why is the camera not completely... Ah, that's better. It's a bit better. Okay. Yeah, so I think we're set up. People are watching. Everyone is silent so far. I'm going only to make 1, as I said. So I'm going to put 2 away. Back to the box. I'm going to make more later. So some parts here. But of course I will first focus on SMD parts. The smallest ones. Which are not easy, because I already know that lots of components are very hard to place by hand. But I'll manage. I made a couple of so far, 3 I think. 2 are sent to America, 1 was sent to Czech Republic. I gave 1 to John, who was here a couple of months ago now. I'm waiting for my soldering iron to heat up. Then we're going to pre-solder pads. Then we're going to actually assemble it. and I think I need about 30 minutes for the SMD parts. And in the meantime, I don't have that much time, so I hope I can manage to solder this one in half an hour. Because I promised my kids to watch a movie tonight. Which I hope it works. I'm not sure yet. I can check. But movies. Right. 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 Okay, let's continue. I hope the sound is okay. I think this microphone from my Logitech webcam will just boost it a bit if needed. So let's pre-solder pads and get some part on this board. It's not the most difficult thing to do, but some parts are so tiny that it actually requires some patience and detailed look on the board. So many parts here, so tiny. It's a 4-layer board. Maybe you've heard that before. We have been talking about this a lot already, and the reason I didn't yet offer them is because I didn't have time to actually offer them, make them. But we're going to do that now. Oh, maybe it's a good thing to well, let's share the stream, you know. Just don't have that much time, so I have to hurry. Hurry up, man. Hurry up, Ben. I can't see myself here. Right, Facebook. Hello, guys. Live Spectranet. Assembly. Here we are. Ew. What the hell? That's an orange ZX Spectrum Plus 2 with the right part. That kind of. I'm not sure if I wanted to see that. I don't like it, to be honest. So someone changed the Spectrum Forever picture. It scared me. No, it doesn't. Nothing scares me. Just joking, but I can't say I like it. Anyway. Right, so link has been shared. I guess some people will go. Right. Alright. Alright. So ask me anything, please, because I know I've not been live a lot. I also am way behind with messages again, as you might say, but that's because things have to change. That's the only thing I can say about my personal situation. And I mean that I'm not doing any rigorous decision making or something, but when you have your own company, you need to focus, you need to work hard, you know. Okay, I think we're set up. Let's continue this work. So I already soldered 3 parts on this board. This is the apron, which need to be flashed on the ZX Spectrum itself. I have an SD card and a DFMC interface ready for that. This is the CPLD chip. It's not the biggest one from that family of CPLDs. This is the Ethernet chip, which is an 8-bit Ethernet controller, which is really cool. There are not many of those available. I mean, not many different types available. And it's even getting a bit hard of obtaining these ones. So, what I want to do is just work from top to bottom on my bill of materials. Let me show you the bill of materials so you know what I'm talking about. So this is it. No secret about it. It's a complete list with all the parts that need to be on the board. So we're going to put all of them on the board. Thank you, Ben. I'd like to hear that. The only thing is, of course, I cannot do miracles. So I have to keep an eye on myself from time to time. Alright, let's. It says put in the SRAM chip, so let's put in the SRAM chip, which is also hard to solder chip because this one actually needs a socket. I don't have sockets for those, and also the board isn't made for a socket. So we're going to solder it, but it's a bit hard. Need some flux here. But we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. I always thought it myself. We can do it. Well, the good thing, Ben, is that Paul Jenkinson already uploaded his new Spectrum show. I still have to watch that, by the way. The brand of this Ethernet chip is WizNet. WizNet. It's a 5100, I think. Let's check it again. And I'm not an expert on designing this interface. I can just produce them because Dylan Smith designed this. And not only the interface, but also the accompanying server-side software for it, which is awesome. Really, it's sometimes you find people that are so creative and so geniuses, yes. How can one person do all of this? I sometimes ask myself, because it's not only designing an Ethernet interface with all the things needed for the ZX Spectrum, which works by just plugging it in. You don't need to do strange stuff. You don't need to modify your ZX Spectrum or something. Although it does have some compatibility issues with, for example, toast racks, which I still have to continue checking out. So it's not sure if this one works fine on toast racks, mainly because it's using the toast rack clock signal, and that's a weak one, as many people know. So that's something which I wonder if I can improve on the board itself. Because, for example, I found out that on the DiffMC interfaces, the first original versions from Mary Prado used the clock signal from the ZX Spectrum as well, and that caused all kinds of problems. And my way of solving it back then was by balance out the clock signal and putting it up a bit with some resistors, but it was actually very hard to find resistor values that work on every model, so I needed to add a dip switch, so you could select if you're using a toast rack or not, but it wasn't the perfect solution. The perfect solution was just by adding a clock circuit on the board itself, and that made all problems go with each and every ZX Spectrum model. So there are even some models, for example the Spanish ZX Spectrum toast rack, that doesn't have a clock signal on the edge connector, so now only the Pro Series interfaces work with those models as well. Alright, let's go on. HCT245 logic chip. So as you can see, I do this by hand. I've done a lot of interface by hand. I think about 3,000 or more. I think more. 4,000, maybe 5, I don't know. Lost count. I still do keep count when it comes to serial numbers, but I do not keep serial numbers for every interface. I mean, not for all types of interfaces. So I keep them for ZX HDs, Kempson mouse turbos, all the different MC types, and for some other things. Let me see, plus delights, and some other interfaces, Divide and more, but not for everything. So that's one reason that I haven't kept count, and I still want to do some software for automating my administration and making it possible to run reports, output reports, so I actually know what I'm doing. NCP565, voltage regulator. Thanks, Gordon. Welcome. I don't think there are many people doing this, especially not live. I know that there are still some people that do produce products. But doing this for a living is quite different. Sorry, I think I need some water. Alright, now the single gate 125, which is a really tiny chip, really tiny, smallest in its kind. I think this is the smallest type available. I don't think the camera can pick it up. It's so tiny, it's really tiny. Tiniest chip I have in stock. It's not the tiniest part, but it's the tiniest chip. And it's not that hard to assemble if you know what you're doing. You just need flux. There's no way of soldering this in another way. You really need flux. You really need flux. What is this board for? Well, this is the one and only Ethernet interface for the ZX Spectrum. There's no other. And I know that there's some kind of Wi-Fi add-on for, I think, the interface 1bis, but I don't think many people are using that, and also it doesn't have that much support for example, using web pages, websites, servers. And Dylan Smith created TNFS server system for Spectranet, which enables you to host files and pages on your server, Windows or Linux. I think I haven't tested myself yet because I'm focusing on production, you know. Let's get to resistors. Okay, for 49.9, yeah, really, 49.9 ohms, 49.19. I don't know why the specific value is needed, but bill of materials explicitly says 49.9, so it sounds a bit like 1.21 gigawatts. Yeah, you can hear I like Back to the Future. Okay, R7, R8, R9, and R11. Where are those? R7, R8, R9, that's R7. It's so tiny. I'm so glad I have good eyes. R8, 7, R8, R9, and R11. Where's R9? R9, R9, R9. Don't say that too often because I'm getting mad of repeating that. Where is R9? Where is it? R9. There's R9. It's hidden. And R11. And if I would have designed this board myself, I would have used 0805 parts, which are, well, a bit bigger, and I would have done some other things differently. But there are some good reasons of keeping the board small and using a 4-layer board, so I'm just using Dylan's design. One major reason for redesigning this board would be to have a dip switch on one side instead of the jumper options here on top, because the case doesn't have any holes for the jumpers on top. So I made I decided to use spinners in another way that the board was meant to, but it works just fine. Hey Jan, good evening. Jan, sorry for the delay, and I just shipped your package. Should be on your way. Sorry for that. Let's see. R2, R5, and R10 are 300 ohms. So 3 of those. ohms. R2. No, not the Star Wars one. Just R2 on this board. R2, where are you? R2. I can see R3. We need R2. R2. Yeah, I found it. I found R2. Oh man, it's really tough to find. R2, then R5. I just saw R5 somewhere. Where did I see R5? Or was it C5 that I saw? I don't know. R5, where are you? There's so many parts close to each other that it's hard to find them. But I will find them, because I made more of these boards, and once you've done a couple, you still you get to remind where the parts are, so just take some time. That's the only thing. First boards are very slow. Okay, R5 is put on, and R10. R10, where are you, R10? R10, I can see R10, but I'm missing a pre-solder blob. Pre-solder blob, that sounds dirty. Pre-solder blob, yeah. Okay, R10. Yeah, you are here. I have seen you. I'm not forgetting you. Don't worry. Thank you. Okay, next one is. Hey, Dragon. Ronnie, good evening. Yeah, shipped yours as well, Ronnie. Sorry for that. Are you back using the weather? Yes, I'm back using the weather. It fell off twice, so I had to use more glue here. And you can see this is all torn already. But that was after a week, so anyway. But I needed this one because the Chinese one doesn't have that much power. So the bigger soldering spots really need some more power. And so this welder has 70 watt element, and the Chinese one only has 25 or something. So having set up that as thermal adjustment options doesn't say that it has the same power, so that's one thing. And I still hate the weather, but that's what I got now, and we'll see later on. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 times 1K. 8 times 1K. 8 times 1K. Yeah, I'm streaming again, and I was wondering if you guys have seen Clint Bessinger's LGR's video last week from his 10th year of streaming. I really liked it. I was a bit jealous because I was really thinking seriously of using an analog old VHS camera to record more videos and live streams, even maybe. So it's really more nostalgic. And then his video started with the same thing, with a VHS camera that was captured on some board. So really cool seeing that. And so I want to do this as well. This is a Josper flux pen. This is a cheap one from China. It's about €1 something, £1, I don't know. They're easily emptied if you use them a lot, like me. So I always have a stock of 2 or 3 of these. I also have Techie Flux, the good one from Louis Rosman Group, but that's only for the larger parts, chips and BGA stuff. So I use this for smaller parts. Anyway, I'm not using it at this moment. I'm using it in a moment when I'm going to. I did use it. I use it for the chips, of course. Yeah, you're right. All right, let's continue. 1K, R1. Start with R1. And I really like LGR a lot, and I already sent Clint some stuff. I know he likes spectrums. It doesn't have that much time, but a couple of days ago I finally sent him the toast rack that I promised him. So I sent him a very cool box with a lot of stuff and some extras that he doesn't expect. So I hope he likes it, and I can play with the toast rack. He never had a toast rack, he told on the stream once, so cool. I hope he really likes it. Of course, I've got a US power supply. R4. Talking about power supplies, by the way, oh man, it's a hell of a job finding good power supplies for a decent price. And sometimes people complain, for example, with the new +3, there's replacement power supplies, +2, +3, black models, from Amstrad. People complain about the price for my replacement power supplies, but really it's not too much. But because the included 12 volt 2 amperes power supply that really costs a lot already. So I'm not talking about the rest of the parts, but it's not cheap. I'm not making much money on them. I think I should increase the price still. So anyway, R4, they cost a lot of time. So please believe me if I say the price is not too much. There's no way of getting it much cheaper than that. R13, I saw 14, I didn't see 13. Where's 13? Oh, there's 13. The same with the 9 volt ones and the 5 volt ones for the dual flop drive sets. The 5 volt ones cost me €7.50 each when I ordered them, but the price was raised to over €10 throughout the last weeks. So when the price increases with about €3, and I have to add VAT and other stuff to it, then the sales price will be increased with 5 or 6 or 7 euros, you know. So that's really a pity for only the same power supply. So I hate when that happens, and I really want to use quality power supplies, and I really like the models with the universal plugs. So included most with the 12 volt and the 5 volt models now are plugs for every country in the world. But I had to change the step to a 5 volt power supply, which also has replaceable mains plugs, but will only add the plug for your country because I have to order them separately now. So with the cheaper ones, I got a set of all the countries in the world, and now I have to choose one. So you will get the one for your country, of course. Let's go on, because we're wasting time when I talk too much. Sorry for that, guys. Alright, R13 we got, R14, I just saw that, yes, it's here. R15, I think, yeah, and 16 as well, okay. They're so tiny, man. I'll show you in a second, because you may not believe me how tiny these parts are. Look at my finger and look at those tiny parts. You see the 3 parts, I know it's not focused, but you can see the 3 parts there. They're really tiny. Anyway, we'll manage. We'll get it going. Okay, R16 is on. R17 is the last of the 1Ks. Where's R17? It's like a puzzle. That's the good thing about this. I like doing puzzles. I like that. Alright. R12 is a 12K. Where did I leave my 12Ks? Okay. Ask me something, guys. I don't like silence. I don't like silence. R6 is a 1 mega ohm. Mega ohm. It's a bigger one as well. It's a 1206. The easy ones. 1 mega ohm. Come on here, you mega ohm. Get to your correct side. Thank you. Mega ohm. And that's R6. Where's R6? It's over here. Right. Will you also use a flux capacitor? If I could, yeah, please. Please let me. Please let me get back in time and buy all the stuff I want to from the past, and move to the future and get some things from the future and get back, and you know, make a fortune or something. 18 picofarads. I need 2 of those. 18 picofarads. C12, C15. Picofarad is very small capacitance. It's just a picofarad, you know. Did you solder the other side of the resistor? No, not yet. I do that when I put all the parts on one side. There's a reason for that. 12 and 13. There's a very good reason for that, especially in this board. because the parts are so close to each other that when I with many parts, when I solder both sides of the tiny parts, then I will also solder the other side of another pad, and then I cannot get the parts on. So, of course, a solder stencil with solder paste would be very useful, but I could have that done. Then I don't have to solder anything. I just have to put parts on when the solder paste is on the board, and you can put it on the oven. Could be a way of getting there, but I have to get a mask made, and I think this is good enough. It's a bit slower, but we'll see. 10 nanofarads, only one. Brian, good evening. When can I get a Spectranet? No, I don't do pre-orders, Peter, because I get very stressed when I accept pre-orders. I just want to keep up, and when I can't keep up, I need to work harder. 10 nanofarads C26. Okay, now we're getting through the awful lot of capacitors that are on one spot here. I think I cannot see C26. So where is that one? 27, 26, yeah, 26 is the above one. So there are a couple of spots on this board where I then decided to put 4 capacitors in parallel, so right next to each other, against each other. I wonder if there could have been another way of doing that. But anyway, 1 microfarad. 1 micro. Yes, I use flux for my capacitors, but I don't use a flux capacitor. I wish I had one. I wish I even had a DeLorean. Cool cars. I'm a nerd. C27. Yep. Right. If no one asks me something, then I will just go on talking. I would love to go to Canada in 2 weeks to the Linus Tech Expo. I really would love that. I really would like being there because it gives me the feeling of events we had here in Holland over 10 years ago. And Linus finally is going to make something that comes close to what I did in the past, but not here in Holland. There's nothing else, as far as I know. There are some game expos, also in the UK and Holland as well, but it's completely different than what Linus is doing with his company. So I really would love getting over there, but there's no chance of that at this moment. Okay, let's go on. 4.7, 2, 1, 2 of those. And the first one is C25, and the second one is C28. 25, where are you? It's 25. And where's 28? Yes, it's over here. Over here, yes. There should be one more. It's 26, 27, 28. No, there are already 3 here. I thought there were 4. Am I mistaken? I thought there were 4 here. I'm almost sure of that. No, don't move. Stay on there. Right. There was a 4th one. Am I not? Oh, there are only 3. Okay. Yeah, I think it's right. I think it's right. Okay. 26, 27, 28. 3 in those. Next one is a 10 microfarads 0805, and I have those here. 10 microfarads. Farad is a byte in German, 10 tiny bytes. C7, where are you? It's here. Don't move. Stop moving, you. Right. So I have to hurry a bit because I promised my kids some cool thing to do. Okay, we're getting to the 100 nanofarads, which are a lot, of course, as always. I need 19 of them. 19. So almost 2 full stacks. I cut those in pieces of 10, as you can see. Okay, see you later, Ronnie. But I might be gone when you've done eating. So maybe you can ask the wife if she allows you to watch it on your TV or something. You could do that. Could be the end of your relation, of course, but you could try, of course. Then if you have kids, maybe your kids like it. My kids don't. My kids hate watching my videos. C2. So a lot of 100 nanofarads around the CPLD here. I think it's overkill, but anyway, who am I? C3, of course. Is the video good enough for you guys? Quality of the video? C5. Because I notice secondary camera is not the best. C6. 6. Yes. C8. Where's 8? 8 is here. I know about a month ago I was very optimistic about making videos and streams, and 9. And I remember I said that I would do a video every day, but life came in between. I'm not a media production company, a hardware production company, and well, it didn't work until now. I hope I can keep doing this in some way, in one way or the other. I don't know. But I think one for every day is way too much. I think 2 in a week or something is, for me, is ritual. R14, where are you? Sorry, C14. C14, 14, 14, 14, 14, 14. Where are you? Yes, here. C15. 15. Well, it's always hard to find parts in this board. I have good eyes, but sometimes there it is. I need to check it 3 times, having my eyes go around the board to find the correct part. Location. C15, come off. C15, C16, C16. It's over here. And I think when I'm doing a batch, I will do one part for all the boards and then the next part for all the boards, which makes it easier for me to remember where all the locations of the parts are, which will speed up things. Alright, and it's always easier to get amounts of parts when you do 5 boards at a time, for example. Anyway, 17, 18. C18. Where is that bloody part? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's hidden here in the corner. Gotcha. Okay, next one. C19. This crowded stack of four capacitors. C20. Yeah. C21, I guess. Yep. Thought so. So this is a place where it's definitely not possible to do two sides at the same time. So first one side and then the other one when all parts are on. Otherwise I will mess it up and other parts are on it. It's impossible to solder those on. Oh come on, get on you. There's some solder on the other pad. Come on. There's not much space, so. Really? You can see the SMDs, cool. Yeah, almost. Have you pre-soldered the pads? Yes, I did. Of course. It's impossible to solder without putting solder on them. Get out. Ooh. Yes. It's good enough, I think. I think so. Let's see some other issues appearing here. So, solved. So these parts are so close to each other that it's almost not possible to put the tool between them. Right, that was 22, now we need 23 and 24. We're almost done with all the small parts, very smart. That's not smart of me. Small parts. No, I don't have a pick and place machine for that. This pick and place machine is not meant for these parts. It's a hell of a job putting all the reels on there, making a stencil for it. I don't think it's actually faster because I don't expect doing these as much as other things like different seasons at HDs, but I'm not sure. Maybe I'm mistaken. Right, okay, next part. Click, 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 click. Okay, the 150 microfarads and then the tantalum. These ones haven't been cut yet, so I want to cut them in pieces of 10, which I always do. And I don't always do them. Sometimes my wife does them. She works. She does a lot at this moment in ByteDelight, and we need to because we need to make a living. And we almost broke, so we need to sell more stuff, you know. Sell more stuff, yeah. Tantalum, 2 of those. And now I forgot where the plus and the minus side was, and because I don't have a ready one, I need to look up a picture. Let me check. Photos, yes. I've got photos. Okay. I know the orientation now, which is important. I didn't have crystal with these ones. I don't know. I have no idea. No idea. Don't get upside down, you stupid capacitor. Don't do that. Do what I want. Right. Up, up, and click. Next one. Some transistors, MOSFETs. I think 2 of those. Am I right? Let me check. We're almost done. We're almost done. It's not that slow. It's just over half an hour. And I'm chatting a lot, you know, so it's not only working. I can do this faster if I want to, but I don't want to right now. It's later in the day. You know. All right, Q1, Q2. Sounds like someone sneezing. Q1, Q2! Alright. Q1, Q2, done. And some inductors. Yeah, 1 microhenry. So, I wonder how the person was named, where these parts are named after. I'll ask Henry. L1, R2. Yeah, pre-soldered those. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Be happy. So, I think we need 10 more minutes to finalize this board. Now I'm about to solder the LEDs on, but we're going to wait with that because I first want to solder the other sides. Solder the other sides. It's more powerful than you think. Ah, come on. And because these are so tiny, you have to make sure you don't solder them too long, because otherwise the part will come off. And then it's really a pain when that happens. I can do this faster, believe me, but I'm taking my time now. Oops, there's one. So one part just got a perpendicular on the board. Come on. Get back, you. Oh. Wait, doesn't want to. You need to motivate it a bit. Yeah, you can do it. You can do it, part. You tiny resistor, you. You can do it. You can get back. You know that. Oh man, this one is hard. It's being a pain. I just need to make sure it's not shorting now. So let's measure that. Henry, yeah, I know. Henry, Sir Henry. Not sure it's Sir, I don't know. Just joking. No. Sorry. That was okay. It's a 1K, really? Oh! Okay, cool. I didn't watch that, but... Oh, that would be cool if a part was named after me. Mega Ben, no. And then in 200 years, at school, kids are being taught. We all know Penn. It was a sad story. And that's why we named all these parts after him. I have no idea what part would be named after me. Maybe something with a quantum technology or something. That would be cool. Quantum bits. There was chewing gum in the past in Holland, which was called Ben bits, and I'm not joking. I don't think they're selling that anymore. Ben bits. Maybe I should have called my YouTube channel Ben bits. Soldering bridges here. Go, 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 go. Yes, thank you. Oh, almost again, almost again. I was almost being very stupid there. These parts are so tiny. I will use the other camera to make a final close-up shot. Because it's really, really tiny. I want to have you all know how bloody tiny these parts are and how much work I put into this. And I know Dylan told me you shouldn't make them yourself. You should have get them made, you know. But it's still cost effective to make them yourself. I'm not joking. It's just a matter of calculating. Let me see. I think I've got all the SMD parts now. I will look with the magnifying glass later on, but. Right. LEDs, and now I forgot which way I should put the LED. Do I not have a build guide anywhere for this? I know I've looked it up before. Nope. See bill of materials. Doesn't say which way it should be oriented. I hate that. Okay. Okay. Check if one of the sides is connected to ground, but I don't think so. I don't think so. No. So that's the problem here. And the other side is connected to, what is it? I don't know. I would think power or something, but yeah, this is power. So it's not ground, it's power. Power. It's power. Yeah, so I guess that's the positive side then, but I can't tell for sure. I will try it out and I will make a note of it later on. So I say it should be this way. I really hope it's the good one, because otherwise I'm an idiot. Maybe we should just make two, you know? One, and keep one for myself. But I don't have time for that now. I want to watch a movie with my kids, popcorn, and all other kind of stuff. Maybe also some healthy stuff, I don't know. I don't know. Talking about healthy, I still need to finish my air cleaning, filtering system, something like that. Because I don't want to keep breathing in flux fumes, sulfur fumes, and that needs to be gone very soon. Especially when I'm going to use the oven again for all kinds of stuff. So the LEDs are on. So that needs to be done quite soon, and I have all the parts in stock. It will use a system where the fumes are extracted with an active ventilator and will be put outside with a system that is flexible, so I can move it outside. Because I don't have a channel through my roof here. I might do that later on, but for now I will stick with a flexible solution. So we'll see that. Okay, these are in crystal. I need a crystal. Give me 25 megahertz. Oh, I see. No, this way. 25 megahertz. Megahertz. Talking about other definitions of words. A herd in Dutch is a deer in English. So 25 million deers. 25 megahertz. Alright, that's soldered in. We don't need the JTAG connector, we didn't use that. We use some pin harness, we use some NMI buttons, we'll do that later on, we'll just finish it off. Oh, and of course we need an edge connector. Let's put this mag jack connector in. Mag jack, I don't know. Is it short for magic? I don't know. It's not magnetic. Did you solve the issue of the resistor LED? Well, yes and no. The problems I had at first with the board were not caused by the LEDs, but I decided to just use the same LEDs as Dylan used, because I could just modify the case for that purpose. It wasn't a problem after all. I just at first I thought that the choice of the LEDs with built-in resistor, I thought it was kind of ridiculous. I don't like that idea, but while it works, you know, they're still available, so why not? Alright, so this is on, it's connector on. And then we got the main assembly of the board done. And then I will show you how it looks in case. I will not finish that at this moment, but I can show you how it will look. I really use a lot of these edge connectors, you know. I think about 2,000 a year or more at this moment. I need more very soon. So we'll contact my supplier. It's a broker. He has many contacts to obtain these rare things. It's quite handy knowing these guys. These connectors are available as well in the web shop, zspectrum.shop. If you need one for any purpose, these are ready made for you if you need them. So they're cut to the correct size, and they have the pen, slot pen as well, so you can put them on any stuff. The only thing maybe is that some people would like to have edge connectors with longer pins on them. For example, for interfaces like multi-phase or something, because those, if you want to use to put a case around them, they really need the edge connectors, the old ones with very long legs, pins, or whatever you want to call them. And I have not found them anywhere. I don't think they're still available. I don't think worldwide anyone has a large stock of those. So we have to keep with these ones. Are these immersion silver PCBs? Why not gold flash, as they have edge connectors? That's a good question. Yeah, well, I don't know. I should have selected the Anik finish with the gold plated ones. But I must say that finish is gold plated, but gold plated edge connectors is not good enough. You really need the hard gold on them, and if you want to select that, you pay about, what is it, 20 euro for each port extra. Hard gold is very expensive, so I won't do that. But I should use any finish because it's better for the soldering contacts. It's easier to solder and that sort of thing, and it's a bit better for contacts from the edge connector. You're totally right. I don't think I have them in stock now. I think all of the current ones have these lead-free solder contacts. So they're actually plated as well. There's sort of copper underneath, of course, because boards are made of copper. But these are soldered, so, and cleaned, of course. Tinned, I should say tinned, not soldered. Tinned. Sorry. That's the correct term for that. And the quality is good. It's not a problem. It won't corrode or something. But I agree that for better contacts, gold-plated Anik finish is better. But I don't have them at this moment, so sorry for that. I see one capacitor here that needs soldering. So I think we're done for now. Let me think. Did we put all the parts in that for now? Yeah, I think so. So what is remaining? Well, remaining are pin headers, button, an NMI button, and one other pin header. But I won't put them on the top. Only the button, which on the original design was a. That's odd. Okay. Okay. I think I need to change something, but we'll do later. On the original design, even the NMI button was a pin header. I don't know why, because no one uses a pin header. Maybe on a cable or something, you know. but I don't want to do that. So what I decided is to just solder a tactile button on the board, on the pins where the pin header should be by default. Put a tactile cap on it, and I see now that the LEDs are too long. No, not too long. My light guides are too high. So there are some light guides in here, and they're too high for these. So I should cut them a bit. I hope we can reach them. Otherwise, I need my Dremel. So I should cut them a bit, so the case will fit on it. Let me grab another case without those soldered in all the LEDs. That's the light guides, I think. Yeah, all of these got light guides already. So I made a small mistake there. We'll fix that. So only thing on top you will see is the NMI button, and on the button will be, as you can see here, will be location for right-angled pin headers, one for a selection of your spectrum model, which is no auto detect on this board. It's normal, or let's say normal or +2, a +3. Then we have one to disable the complete interface, or just enable them with the setting to standard. And there's something that says disable reset 8, and this one hook code or something. I'm not sure what that's for. I haven't needed it myself so far, but I will need this one for flashing the EEPROM on the board. So I have to disable the complete interface, and then I can flash the EEPROM, and once I put the jumper back to standard, then the interface will boot. And so on the side, of course, you will see the case is not completely on, but at the moment because of the light guides. But on the side you can see the magjack socket, which will work perfectly. I hope you believe me. I don't have an empty one here, I think. Can I cut them? Can I cut them, or is it too dangerous to do that? I think we can do it, but it's hard to reach those parts. I think we can do it. It's not too difficult. And don't worry, what I'm doing here is not a problem, because there are separators between them, you know? You can see them here. I built some walls between them in the design of this case. So I actually need another type of light guides. I thought I needed the high ones, but I need the low ones. My bad. Okay, let me see. Almost. Almost. I really need the low ones. I didn't know that. I didn't remember it. That's because I only got one finished Spectranet with case so far that went to America. So come on. How much should I get up? I really need to get up about everything. So it's only filling of a hole, I must say. Okay, we're almost done. Just be happy it's not your teeth or something. Alright, now let's look how this looks. It looks a lot better, I can tell you that. Doesn't that look better? Sadly that it uses wired connection. Wi-Fi will be more suitable. No, it will not, because well, yeah, okay, you're right. If somebody could find a Wi-Fi system or chip that can be configured from a ZX Spectrum, but I can tell you that there are none. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm too short around the corner this way. Let's say that there might be some ways of doing that, but it's not easy, and there is a better solution if you want to use Wi-Fi, and that's just use a Wi-Fi to Ethernet adapter, and they exist. And Thomas Cherryholmes posted his experience with one, so it works. And I think I will look up if I can find some types that I can maybe offer with the Spectranet in my web shop, so people can use a wireless connection. I also think it might solve some problems with some connection issues, because This WizNet chip isn't the most reliable one, to be honest. But it's the only 8-bit one that I think Dylan could find, I'm not sure. So for now we will do with this. So this is the serial number 4. I should write it on. Yep, serial number 4. And because it's not my product, and Dylan also made very, well, not many, I think 75 or 100 or something, I always add a B to the board. So this is a B004. And you can see I'm not expecting to make more than 1,000, but if I do, don't worry, I will put more digits on this board when I write the serial numbers on it. And of course when I do this I write down the serial number on the latest one on my lists as well, so I don't forget where I went. Okay, let's show you the final. I'm using Wi-Fi router, I have the possibility to use this in it. Okay, you're totally right, Alexander. But I think, as I said, there are solutions for that. So, well, let's get back to the main camera. That would be a bit better. And focus. Where's my focus button here? My focus dial. It's now on autofocus. I don't like autofocus. I like manual focus. Ah, there it is. And now I can show you all the tiny parts here. Let me show you. Look at all the tiny parts. You can see all the tiny parts. Look how tiny they are. So, do you believe me now? Isn't that cool? What do you think? Alive Spectranet, issue 2. Cool, isn't it? Well, Alexander, I understand what you say. So when it comes to hardware, it can be done, of course. But remember that everything that Dylan did with the Spectranet, and it's really a lot of work. I cannot think other than that he spent over about 2 years on working on this. I think it's a real lot of work of using another chip for an interface like this one, and I can imagine that if you want to move to Wi-Fi that you have to redo a lot of stuff, and I don't think that there's anyone that has the time for that at this moment. So I get what you say, but I think there we should look at workarounds. So for example, the adapter that will add Wi-Fi to the Spectranet, if you can call it that. There must be solutions for that. This is not the first situation that people ask the thing you ask. So I really understand what you want, but first I think it's important to get these Ethernet boards on the market again, because people want those. The light has gone off again. So we'll work on some batches first, and of course also try to find Wi-Fi adapters. I'm not sure yet how much they are, because I have to finish calculating the final price. I have to check if I put in the correct prices for all the parts. And because there's a case, it will be, well, at least the same amount as for a Pro 1 interface, for example. Could be more, I'm not sure. I have to check what the price of those parts are. Let me check that. We'll tell you in a couple of days, because this one is, when it's finished, I need to let me tell you what I need to do. I need to flash the EEPROM, and I need to program the CPD chip. I have a special adapter cable for that, for my YETEC programmer, and this one will be flashed on ZX Spectrum. Then I have to test it. I need to finish the pin address, of course. I have to test it, and when it's the ROM is flashed, I also need to set a specific MAC address to this board, which I use the serial number for. So the MAC address, the part of it that is the serial number. And when that's done, this one will go to Dennis, which is one of my testers for this interface at this moment. And we must find out which machines are compatible with this Spectranet, so we can give the correct information for that. I don't think many people already have a Spectranet, so that's one problem. I really don't know who have one. Maybe one or two in the community of people that I know. So we need to check again which machines are compatible with that. So no final pricing yet. We'll get there very soon. I'm sure of that. Yeah, well, that's it for today. I really need to get down now. I'm almost over half an hour late for my kids. Hey, there's something from Mark here. I guess it's a Wi-Fi adapter. Oh, that's cheap. Yeah, it's really cheap. $12. I'm interested in that. Cool. A router, bridge router. Okay, it's a sort of doing everything part. We'll check that out later because we need the best solution for the people who are interested in this. Let me finish the stream. Okay, talking about the lighting that went off. Maybe you've heard that the IKEA is now. Sorry, bumping the camera here. IKEA is going to launch smart curtains. Who would have thought of that? Smart curtains. But it's real. They're being launched in October, and I think that's something for me here. And then I also will need some other sensors, some other switches, and I need a hub which I can connect to my computer, which I can speak to. So I need a camera here, which is a bit dangerous, so everyone can hear me. But I want to be able to say keep lights on, or have the curtains lower automatically when the sun is shining through the windows, when the amount of light is passing a certain threshold or something. So that's what I want to do here, but all the time. Maybe I'm just lazy. But I like Demotica a lot. I really want to do more with that in the future. So these switches are good. This one there you can see with the cassettes, with the tapes. Which works, but if I'm playing a game and I'm sitting very still, so that's proof that gamers really don't use their body enough, they don't move enough, because when I'm gaming, the lights go off. It's proof. It's really with many games, all kinds of games. So be careful with your health when you're playing games. Anyway, enough of this. Thank you very much, guys, for watching, and thank you for chatting with me. I hope you will continue doing that. Ask me anything, talk with me, give me your ideas and future wishes, and I will see you in the next video. So, bye! Have a good evening!